What's going on, Destination Devy fam? Welcome back to the station. You know who it is, Ray Garvin, Destination Devy, here to help you Devy and Dynasty better. And in this episode, I want to do a 5-round rookie mock draft, but let's really dive into the current values of some of these rookies based on startup ADP provided by DLF for the month of May. So we've got some more accurate information of where these rookies are being slotted amongst their NFL veteran peers. And there are some very interesting things happening in the Dynasty landscape, which I think will allow us to take advantage. If you're trying to win now, I cannot recommend a better time to join a startup than right now. Some of the rookie ADP right now it's crazy. It is crazy, and it's pushing so much veteran value down the board that it's more than deserving of not just one conversation. This is something that we are going to have to continuously revisit throughout the month of June, July, August, all the way up until the kickoff of the NFL season, which looks like it's going to happen. So let's drop the intro and get into the show.
You got barbecue back there, and you didn't invite me. Hurt my feelings.
All right, so we're going to be using Fantasy Pros Mock Draft Simulator and DLF Dynasty ADP from the month of May. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we're doing. Rookies, we're going to draft out of the 7th hole, linear draft. Who cares about roster positions and all of that crap? 5 players. We're going 5 rounds deep. Dynasty, experts, composite, best ball, and let's get it cracking. All right, so off of the board, we had Joe Burrow, Tua, Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Jonathan Taylor, DeAndre Swift, and CeeDee Lamb. So they're still, the big running backs are still on the board. Cam Akers, J.K. Dobbins still on the board along with Jerry Jeudy. So what we're going to do is take a look at where I'm leaning. You draft rookies. You build your team through the rookie draft with the running back position. And in this class, when you have such talented runners, and the depth of the wide receiver position will inevitably be there in round 2 and in round 3, you've got to go running back here. But let's just take a look at J.K. Dobbins and Cam Akers, where they are as far as ADP in Dynasty. So DeAndre Swift is coming off of the board as the 14th ranked running back in Dynasty. Cam Akers is here at 16. Where's J.K. Dobbins? J.K. Dobbins. All right. Okay. This is where stuff gets interesting because right now, J.K. Dobbins is slotted as RB12 in Dynasty. Now, while I believe that come 2021, he definitely has that type of potential to be a top 10, a top 12, hell, maybe even a top 5 running back in Dynasty, to draft him right now at RB12 over players like, let's see, over Derrick Henry, Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones, Leonard Fournette, Kenyon Drake, Devin Singletary, David Montgomery. It seems high. It seems extremely high. And what I would do if I were on the clock here, I am on the clock. If this was for real, I would try to trade down. I would offer the 107 and trade down. I even if it's to the 8th pick or to the 9th pick, I would trade down probably one slot so I can still land Cam Akers, because that value, that cost of J.K. Dobbins right now, you probably, who knows what you can get for him. We're looking at where they're ranked right now. You might be able to get Derrick Henry in the 108 for J.K. Dobbins, or for that pick, the 107, or Kenyon Drake in 107 or Kenyon Drake in 108 for the 107 pick a la J.K. Dobbins. I think that is, as much as you want to draft that guy, to draft these rookies, this is how you extract value in your rookie drafts. I know you want J.K. Dobbins. I know you want him. But the drop-off of J.K. Dobbins and Cam Akers, in my opinion, you're here listening to me for my opinion, is not so severe. There really isn't drop-off for me. I mean, the situations, both of those running backs are going to be used. Both of them have a 3-down skill set. And there are some people who feel that Cam Akers is better than J.K. Dobbins, period. So if you're on the clock here at 107 and you're faced with this dilemma, offer the 107. Try to move down to 108, maybe even 109. I'm seeing Jerry Jeudy go ahead of players like Cam Akers. So if you can get a Kenyon Drake and only have to move down a pick or two, that would be the ideal move in your rookie drafts. But for the sake of this exercise, we are going to take J.K. Dobbins, who I have ranked number 4 amongst the running backs in the 2020 class. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see who comes off of the board. And I'm not even worried. The wide receivers are going to be there. I will get a wide receiver here. And here we go. So let's review who came off of the board after J.K. Dobbins. Cam Akers at 108. Justin Herbert, Henry Ruggs, Jerry Jeudy all the way down at the 111 spot. And then Jalen Reagor at 201. It went Justin Jefferson, T. Higgins, Keyshawn Vaughn, Michael Pittman, A.J. Dillon, and Jalen Hurts. Did I pick Superflex format? Maybe. Fucking right. Maybe it's Superflex. Maybe that's what I did when I picked those 5, when I eliminated all the positional stuff. So this is a Superflex mock. We completely just changed the shit around mid-show. It's Superflex. All right, that's why the quarterbacks were flying off of the board, pushing value down even more. So here I am. To me, it's a no-brainer. It's Denzel Mims. That is the pick, but let's take a look at what Mims is looking like amongst Dynasty startup ADP. Let's see where he is, and let's see if we need to make a trade. Do we need to move down again? Do we need to select Denzel Mims, or can we extract some value with the trade? So right now, it's got a startup ADP of 72. He is the 37th wide receiver off of the board. Some players around him. Michael Pittman right in front of him. Christian Kirk, Devontae Parker, Adam Thielen. Right below him, Jarvis Landry, Marquise Brown, and Michael Gallup. All right, so with this one, I don't feel that his cost, I don't know how much value we can really extract. To move down a pick or two and end up being faced with drafting, let's see who would be on the board, Laviska Shenault or Brandon Ayuk, Bryan Edwards. I don't know if I would risk moving or losing Denzel Mims and ending up with one of those players. I don't think that's the right move. I don't know what somebody would actually give up for the 207 as far as current NFL veterans. Let's just say hypothetically, there's a world in which somebody is offering you N'Keal Harry, Deontay Johnson, Darius Slayton, some of those high-end second-year wide receivers, and go back to the simulator, the 209. So you miss out on Denzel Mims, but you grab a Darius Slayton and you move back a couple of picks. Absolutely. Home run, smash that. Harry, Slayton, Deontay Johnson. I would probably do it for McCole Hardman. Not Will Fuller. No T.Y. Hilton. No A.J. Green. Preston Williams. If I can get Preston Williams and move back a pick or move back 2 picks, home run, smash that, I would do that. But we are going to take Denzel Mims here at the 207. In the third round, it's going to get a little more interesting. Let's take a look at the running backs that are available. Zach Moss, no thank you. Antonio Gibson, McFarland possibly. Darrington Evans possibly. Quarterback position, Superflex. Probably going to have to take a quarterback soon. We'll see what falls to me. And we're not even going to click the tight ends. Fade them. We'll get one in the 5th round. And we'll be happy or sad, or it won't even matter by the time we get to the 5th round. So right here, Denzel Mims is the pick. And let's see what came off of the board after Mr. Mims' selection. So it went Antonio Gibson, Laviska Shenault, Zach Moss, Brandon Ayuk, Chase Claypool, Bryan Edwards, and Anthony McFarland, Darrington Evans, Joshua Kelly, Eno Benjamin, and KJ Hamler. Best available players according to these rankings: Devin Duvernay, Cole Kmet, Jordan Love, Van Jefferson. Looking at the board, we still have Lynn Bowden Jr., DJ Dallas, which I like a lot, LaMichael Pirine. Wide receivers, Duvernay is in a good spot, Van Jefferson, Tyler Johnson, AGG. We're going to fade the wide receiver position right now. Let's focus in on the running backs, DJ Dallas, and the quarterback, Jordan Love. Now, I know it sounds disgusting. I know it sounds gross. Jordan Love, none of us wanted the Packers to draft a quarterback in the 1st round. It was a reach, but they did invest 1st-round draft capital in a quarterback, and it looks like history is repeating itself. The same thing that happened with Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love's not going to have to sit for 4 years. He is going to play well before that 4-year mark, whether that's Aaron Rodgers forcing his way out or Green Bay just being done with him. They drafted Jordan Love to play him, and he's a quarterback. This is a super flex mock. So you have to consider the quarterback in the third round at the 307 spot. It's not far-fetched to take a quarterback. It's still super flex. We extracted the value in round 1 and round 2. We faded the quarterback. I could have taken Justin Herbert, passed on that. I had an opportunity to get Jalen Hurts, passed on that. So right here, I'm feeling like I have to take a quarterback here. Like if I walked away without taking a first-round quarterback here in the middle of the third, I think that's doing my dynasty team a disservice. And even if I just use him as a piece to flip later on for a quarterback-hungry team, that's still a win. So right here, I am going to invest third-round rookie draft capital in Green Bay Packers first-round pick, Jordan Love. And I'm hoping DJ Dallas falls to me, and he didn't. I just saw his name. Sad, sad, sad. So after I made that pick, Lynn Bowden Jr., Antonio Gandy Golden, DJ Dallas, Tyler Johnson, Adam Troutman, Cole Kmet, Van Jefferson, Devin Duvernay, Devin Asiasi, LaMichael Pirine, and Gabriel Davis. Now, looking at the board, I'll admit, it may not have been a mistake, but I could have waited, grabbed DJ Dallas, and selected a Jacob Eason here in the fourth. And regardless of what you think of Jacob Eason, second-round draft capital, the only thing standing in front of him is a not very good Jacoby Brissett, who's on the last year of a 2-year contract, and a old, aging, noodle-armed Phillip Rivers, who's on a 1-year deal in Indy. Behind that offensive line, Jacob Eason, if he's going to become anything, he's in as good a situation, at least from an offensive lineman standpoint. And he's got Jonathan Taylor at running back, T.Y. Hilton. They have Michael Pittman at wide receiver. He's in as good a spot to make an impact as a quarterback as Jordan Love would be. So that would probably, I would immediately, I kind of regret that decision right there. So right now, best players on the board, Jacob Eason. Let's check out the running backs. Michael Warren, James Robinson, Savon Ahmed, yuck. Wide receivers, DPJ, Quintez Cephas. And the tight end position, Albert O, Bryson Hopkins, Harrison Bryant. This is no man's land. So I'm at the 407 spot, and I'll tell you, I really don't know what to do. This is not ideal. I really wish I would have just taken DJ Dallas in the third and drafted Jacob Eason here. It would have made things a hell of a lot easier. But if this were my team, nobody is trading unless they just are hell-bent on Jacob Eason. There is no trade thing to do. There's no point for me to look up startup ADP because these players that are left on the board are going very low. So I think it's about maximizing your return at this point. The probability of any of these players becoming fantasy relevant are slim to none. So I'm going to take the player that gives me the best chance to move him for a significant piece or at least a fantasy usable piece in the future. And I believe that player is Jacob Eason. I had no plans to double tap quarterback in back-to-back rounds, but at this point, Albert O, behind Noah Fant, what is he? The second tight end in that offense and the fifth receiving option in that offense behind Sutton, behind Judy, behind Noah Fant. KJ Hamler's there. I think he's a talented player, but the situation is just, it's not very good. So at this point in time, I think I have no choice but to smash the button on Jacob Eason. So that's what we're going to do, and we are going to take Jacob Eason and see what trash is left in the fifth round of this rookie mock draft. So after Jacob Eason came off the board, Thad Moss, Donovan Peoples-Jones, Quintez Cephas, Bryson Hopkins, Jake Fromm, Albert O, Dalton Keene, kind of like Keene in that potential there. The satellite back out of Tampa Bay, Jennings, Warren, and it looks like Harrison Bryant came off of the board. So right now, 507 spot. Again, no point for trades, but I'm very, very excited. Like, if you can get excited about a 5th-round rookie pick in your rookie drafts, JaMychal Hasty would be a player who should make you excited. Landing on the San Francisco 49ers, Hasty has sort of that bursty versatility, can catch the ball out of the backfield, showed some explosiveness at the University of Baylor, and I believe he's got a good chance to make that San Francisco 49ers 53-man roster. And all the reports coming out of San Francisco, I know there have been a couple of videos posted of Jerick McKinnon working out, but it's I don't know what that situation is looking like. Raheem Mostert, fantastic second half of the 2019 season. So much potential with him. And Tevin Coleman is still there. I think JaMychal Hasty provides that upside in Dynasty, in fantasy. Even the shittiest of running backs can have usable fantasy weeks. JaMychal Hasty has talent. He's on a team with the best offensive mind calling plays in the NFL with Kyle Shanahan. He's not going to be expected to be some lead bell cow guy. And the good thing is San Francisco seems to ride the hot hand. So if something happens to Coleman or if something happens to Raheem Mostert, JaMychal Hasty steps right in, can provide some usable fantasy weeks. So that's what we're going to do right here is take JaMychal Hasty, round out that draft, and take a look at our rookie class. So we've got J.K. Dobbins, Denzel, Mims, Jordan Love, Jacob Eason, and JaMychal Hasty on our team. And again, this was a super flex mock. Had no clue until I got into it. I was wondering why the quarterbacks were flying off the board like that. So players, moves that I made that I think I could have corrected. J.K. Dobbins, I think that was a home run pick. I know it's super flex, but fade Justin Herbert at that cost. I'm not doing it. In the second round, I went Denzel Mims. Right before me was Jalen Hurts. I wouldn't have made that selection. Right after me was Antonio Gibson, Laviska Shenault, and Zach Moss. I think Denzel Mims was absolutely the right call at that point in time. And then in the third round is where I screwed up. I took Jordan Love. I would have rather Antonio Gandy Golden, DJ Dallas. Hell, even with this bad of a tight end class, maybe Adam Troutman, Van Jefferson would have been an option. But again, first round draft capital quarterback in the middle of the third round, I felt it was appropriate. But because of who I took in the fourth round, it was just kind of a luxury pick right there. And I drafted off of need. I drafted off of need. And even in an exercise where I'm talking to you, even in an exercise where it's a mock draft, I got sucked into Superflex. I was like, I got to have a quarterback. And it forced me to pull the trigger on a player that I wasn't all the way sold on at that point in time, where I could have gotten Jacob Eason around later and picked up some other positional value. So that this is a demonstration of what actually plays out in drafting for need opposed to drafting for value. So that's what my team is looking like. They don't give me a grade. I feel really good with Mims and J.K. Dobbins as my cornerstone players from this rookie class. You know, there may be even possibility for me to flip J.K. Dobbins for even more in the future, to grab a Kenyon Drake and a 2021 first. If somebody were to offer me that, you can have J.K. Dobbins. That's fine by me. So hope you enjoyed this mock. If you have yet to subscribe to the YouTube channel, please do so and stay tuned. I've got some information about to drop soon for some different opportunities and things that have happened for Destination Devy that is definitely going to benefit you, the viewer, the subscriber. So make sure you subscribe, hit the alert button, stay tuned, stay locked in. Hey, we're here to help you Devy and Dynasty better. Until next time, peace.